Alright, Joe here, welcome back to We Need to Talk. Of course, this is the show that looks at football on the internet over the past 7 days. 7 days that has seen yet another Mourinho memeable moment. A Mourinho memeable moment. No, that was the wrong way around. A memeable Mourinho moment. That was clean, that was gold. Danny Rose revealed the real reason he went back up north.
I was in London for 13 years and I think I only, found one good chip shop.
And Subotic make an emotional return to Borussia Dortmund. Anyway, this week we need to talk about Nicklas Bendtner. I was going to start it with, all praise be to the Lord. Was that offensive to Christians? Yes, this week's We Need to Talk is all about everybody's favourite mediocre footballer, but superstar entertainer, Nicklas Bendtner. That's because he is ditching football to take part in a whole new profession, which I'm going to come on to in just a little bit. But before that, some of you viewers might well be thinking, what the hell happened to Nicklas Bendtner post-Arsenal, where he of course left the club back in 2014? Whatever happened to the man that got fined at Euro 2012 for wearing Paddy Power branded pants? Whatever happened to the legend that spent a year at Juventus winning the Serie A, scoring 0 goals, playing 9 times and being described by the sporting director Beppe Marotta as clearly he isn't the top player we wanted 2 days after he arrived at the club? I mean, what is happening with the man who once posed for a photo with Snoop Dogg before captioning it Snoop Dogg? Where is the man that once told workers in a pizzeria in Denmark, do you know who I am? I could buy this whole pizzeria after his card After his card got declined, easy for you to say. I have to say there is one great quote from the owner of that pizzeria in here. He says, he was arrogant and he acted as if he owned the place. All the people stood, looked at each other and simply shook their heads. Classic Bendtner behaviour. But joking aside, we do remember Bendtner as leaving Arsenal in 2014. In that summer, of course, well remembered, he was clubless and still managed to pose naked on his own front lawn with just a bra covering his penis. I don't know why. And still nobody knows why. Before eventually joining Wolfsburg, where he had a pretty good time of it, you know. Teamed up with some superstar players like Kevin De Bruyne, where he won the DFB Pokal, and he won the German Super Cup when he scored in the final against Bayern Munich, and then scored the winning penalty. So a pretty good time at Wolfsburg, because he also ran for the presidency of Denmark in 2015, and officially became a lord. You know, that was a bit of a meme, wasn't it? No, he's officially a lord, because a Danish magazine purchased a small plot of land in Scotland in his name. You can do that, apparently. You can just buy a lordship for £20 online. But it didn't really end too well. Released in 2016 and went from the heights of the Bundesliga to Nottingham Forest in the Championship, where Arsene Wenger said if he keeps fit, he still has the chance to come back to the very top level. I think a hungry Nicklas Bendtner can score goals against anybody. He left the club, scored 2 goals, 17 games. Nice one, Arsene. Next up was Rosenborg, where, to be fair, in Norway, he won back-to-back top-tier titles. No mean feat. He scored 19 goals in his first season, which is a big success, before being released. He was then signed by Copenhagen in September, a fairly high-profile club, where he hit the ground running. Well, sort of, if these training ground clips are anything to go by. But that spell only lasted 4 months. After being signed in September, he was released at the end of December, at which time Bendtner revealed he is considering retirement. Well, forget retirement, Nicklas, because this week he's taken up a whole new profession. Reality TV sensation. First, there were the Osbournes. Then there were the Kardashians. Now there's Bendtner and Faline on the Discovery Channel, airing in December at 6 p.m. What a show this is going to be. Faline is his model girlfriend, and it is fair to say they live a pretty glamorous lifestyle. Bendtner, by the way, who is still just 32, released a statement this week saying both Faline and I are used to being in the media spotlight. He played for Copenhagen. Many stories are written about us, and we often find that only half the truth emerges. In my book, I talk about the ups and downs that have shaped my life and my career so far, and this series is a natural continuation of that tale. I like the way you use the word tale. It's not a novel, Nicklas. You just had some paddy power pants on. The Discovery Channel, the network that are going to be airing this masterpiece, came out and said, on social media, thousands of Danes follow Nicklas Bendtner and girlfriend Faline Rupstuff. Oh no. And their luxurious lifestyle, which includes exotic trips, glamorous parties, and expensive cars. And to be fair, if their Instagram is anything to go by, that is bloody true. They go on to say in the new series they're allowed to be on the sidelines when Bendtner has to make big decisions on the career front. Is that just leaving and staying at Copenhagen? Because it's not Champions League football, is it? And when Faline is living the changing model life and travelling around the world on her own. I am bloody excited to see the Nicklas Bendtner and Faline show. It's going to be exceptional. Just imagine some of his previous life incidents caught on camera and broadcasted to the masses from Bendtner's perspective. This could only be TV gold. But you guys at home looking forward to it? Vote up in the poll there. And I want to know which footballer you guys would like to see in the future become a reality TV sensation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on to the good, the bad and the ugly. The good this week comes from Italy and in particular Verona, whose sporting director, who is by the way Francesco Baresi, the legendary Italian, this week revealed that there is a new initiative sweeping his stadium in which stewards, every single one of them, will be wearing body cameras. Number one, for their own protection. Number two, to capture any racist incidents that might occur in the ground. Of course, a Verona fan earlier this year was banned for life after racially abusing Mario Balotelli. I think this is a step in the right direction for Italian football. The quicker they shut down any racism in the stadiums, the better. The bad this week comes from Newcastle, and this is about that fan. Yes, that fan you're thinking about, that after Alan Saint-Maximin's winner against Oxford United, an absolute perler by the way, celebrated by taking out his penis and helicoptering it live on BBC One to the nation. Well, that fan has now been banned from all English football grounds for life. What an awful decision. The ugly this week is about female Chinese footballer Wang Shuwang, who is not going to be able to take part in Olympic qualification process because she is currently stuck in Wuhan, which is of course under quarantine because of the coronavirus. It's a massive shame. She is one of their star players. She won't be able to play against Australia. This is just another big negative in what is already a dire situation. So that's it for this week's episode of We Need to Talk. If you enjoyed it, I want you to go back and watch yesterday's episode, Journeyman, where James Wayne and Mikey McCubbin went to Bury and explored just why the club is on the brink of liquidation. Thanks very much for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.